Hello, okay, so the song that's just come from to you is The Wind of Change. Come on, all stars, down to Honky Pong, listening to the wind of change. Alright, Scorpio, how you doing? So this is your April. So cross-watchers, please, or somebody, please timestamp this, because like I've said in most of them so far, I feel like Bill Murray, and I'm going through a time loop, and I keep saying the same stuff, but I've got to go over it. So, if you haven't found this channel before, because there's loads of traffic coming through, please go back to your March and stuff like that and see if you resonate with me as a reader, because I used to do things differently, and you'll see how I pick up messages through channeling, okay? So I've now changed things up. I've had to change it. So what I'm going to do is, over on Vimeo, I've done a subscription for people, and it's a 3-month access where you can buy all. There's a buy all option, and it is actually on the intro kind of video that there is, and there's a link there, and it says buy all. But it gives you access for 3 months, and it's at $19, or if you are Great British Sterling, it's 15 quid, mush. Excuse me, it's £15, okay, and that will give you access for 3 months. So if you want to watch Sun, Moon, Rising, and then other people, if you want to watch those too, obviously you can do that, and that will give you 3-month access. So you obviously have access to that for this month, well, April, and then 2 months after that also. So it gives you good, you can watch as many times as you like, and that's just cheap. I think it's a deal, I do. But then also, if you don't want to do that and you just want to watch me clarify the reading over on Vimeo, it's just 4 quid or $5, okay? But it is there. It's pretty simple to use if you've not used Vimeo before. It's the same as making a YouTube channel, really. You just need your your email account, pretty much. I think I don't even know if you need that, but that's there anyway, and it's in the description, and it's just listed as extended monthly readings. Now it's exactly the same as the bi-weekly readings. There's going to be bonuses put in through different parts of the months, through those 3 months, if you have that access. There will be bonus material things in there as well as the bi-weeklies. It's all going to be going differently. But I've got a little bit of time off where I'm going to be away for nearly a week, okay, coming in April. So if you want a private reading, try and get them in now, because I've only got a few days left where I'm going to be doing them. So that is also in the description if you want to send me an email. Great, that's out the way. Everything's in the description. So what we've done is, you've actually got a lot of flyers out, Scorpio. So I've also doing, which I'll do here, is Adoring Virtual Angel Therapy. Now this is going to be your guidance for your healing, and it will also be part of your spiritual calling and stuff that will also hopefully relate, that I will go through. And I've also drawn you, if I don't drop it, which I did. What an idiot. Cut. I am drawing, sorry, I've also stopped smoking and I'm doing my vaping thing, so you're going to have to excuse me. But I don't normally do these, and I'm going to have to rotate the camera around the Romance Angel kind of stuff. So you've got a lot of stuff out. So what I'm going to do is, this is going to be indicative to the overall reading is also going to be done over on Vimeo, but I'm going to unlay these first cards here. Okay, don't worry, it's all kosher, it's all chicken soup. They're all been flying cards, okay, that's pretty much how I deal. But this one is going to be the Karma card, and I'm going to unreveal these ones and then give you a reading through this here, through these here also. And then over on Vimeo, I'll do the rest of them, and then I will clarify everything, try and draw it all round to one conclusion, add everything in, conclude it into one story if I can. It really does depend on what comes out, okay? And then clarify everything, and then I will also use another deck, okay, which is another one like this, and do thoughts and feelings of the other people and try a cross comparison and channel messages, pretty much how I do it, okay? So sorry for the long spiel, Scorpio, but I have to do it for everybody, also new subscribers, and to let people know what's going to happen. So let's have a look at your guidance. But everything's in the description, guys. So this is your guidance. So you've got new beginnings and a fresh start. So there you go. So this could relate to what's going to come out in your Karma card. So some kind of new beginning and a fresh start in guidance, in calling, some kind of calling that you may have. But it's a new beginning, you know, it's a new start with someone new, or a new cycle with the same person. So it could mean that you're going to start a new cycle with the same person. If you're still involved in something that you were involved in before, okay, that can mean that there's going to be a new beginning with them, okay, if that's pretty much what they want and what you want. But you both have to want it, and you both have to form equality. Trust me, you make connections. When you start to realise about feminine and masculine, okay, when you meet your proper feminine or masculine, you don't actually meet them as a feminine and masculine, because you both are exactly the same. The feminine and masculine goes out the window because there's no power play at all. You wouldn't be able to work out if you were the feminine or masculine version of it, because there will be no control, because that means that you've released all your karma all together, and you won't relate to a feminine or masculine. You'll be exactly the same. Trust me, the communication will flow freely. You will both breathe freely, okay? And you will have new beginnings in many different fields and directions of it, okay? So it's pretty much saying that you may have a new beginning with the same person if the other person wants it and if you want it. If you don't, it'll be a new beginning in life in general, spiritually or at work or anything like that. It'll be a new beginning for you where you may meet someone different if you're interested in love or work. Okay, I always add everything that I can. Also work, everything will also be over on Vimeo. So let go of fear now. Okay, so you might be fearing things. It could be a new beginning with a fresh new person. Okay. But it's letting go of fear. So there's something that needs moving. So you're moving. I'm picking up moving or travelling or moving. I don't use these cards, so I don't really look at them very often, but there's the sword of Archangel Michael here. Okay. So some kind of truth. It's like, and the third eye. So you're connecting with someone through vision, through connection, some sort of connection of truth. Like a new person is what I'm picking up, because the Ace of Swords is like fresh, new opportunity, fresh new person. Okay, so let go of fear. Don't fear anything, you know, because you connect with them. So if you're connecting on a soul level through dreams and fear and anxiety, when you pick it up, they pick it up too, because you'll both be extremely empathic, you know, because there won't be no control. So you'll work together through it. You know, if it's someone new, if it's someone old, then you have to work through that. If it's karma, okay. But it's letting go of fear. You know, don't fear anything, because if you fear it, you'll cause a block. If it's to do with money or finances, career, anything like that, if you fear things, you cause a block because you fear spending it as you fear also earning it, because you'll fear that you don't earn enough to have the outcome of something that you don't know in life anyway, you know. So you're going to fear spending money. If it's to do with money, you'll fear spending it, so you'll fear earning it. So you cause the block both ways. You know, it's the same with every kind of energy. It's a current. It runs through you freely, like soulmate energy, true soulmate energy. Okay. So what else have we got? So we've got forgive yourself. You know, you've done nothing wrong. There you go. So the blame. You know, so you can't blame yourself ever. You know. So if you haven't watched it and you've just found my channel, please look up. You blame me, or yeah, something to do with you. And I use a plate, and that's how I guide people also. So there's teaching and learning stuff also on Vimeo and on this channel also. Okay. But forgive yourself. You've done nothing wrong. You know, regardless of that, you have to let go of fear. You know, and if you can't let go of fear, you can't forgive yourself. When you learn forgiveness of yourself, that's when you start to realise that your karma's gone. You know, you can't fear anything. You have to realise that the past is gone. If it's new, you see, because past is history, but it's not history. You know, because it's present. It means pretty much that, you know, whatever was in the past was already done, so you can't blame it, and you can't, because you're in it. So you can't blame things that are done or said or anything like that. You can't, because you're in it. So when you understand that, you'd start to understand that you've got self-forgiveness, because when you learn to forgive yourself, you learn to drop and release. As a Scorpio energy, that's really important, because you represent the tarot card of death. So it's rebirth. Okay, so when you learn to forgive yourself, it doesn't matter what you do or what you did or what you don't do. If you live out the do, don'ts and I's and wants, okay, it's still parts of control that you need to go through in order to learn to release, because you represent the tarot card of death, okay. So it's fear, you know. Fear is only something that's created by the mind. It's the ego that creates the static within it. It's not. If it's to do with love, it's connection, it's spark, you know. Never believe in the perfect match. Believe in the spark that created it, source. They put things together for you to learn. When it's free-flowing and very loving and very warm and nurturing, because trust me, it is a very warm feeling that you get for a proper soulmate. There's no control, so there's nothing to fear. So you always have to forgive yourself. When you do, you learn to manifest, and you move forward in directions where you become a great manifester, okay? So you also have God is in charge. There you go. What was I talking about? Open source. So please watch that if you haven't. You've just found it. You blame me. Why? does it always happen to us and them. One source of energy. Okay, God is in charge. So God, when you learn to receive, you have to be open to receive. When you do, you realise that there's plenty of source of anything. Okay, so God's in charge. He put things together. Let's have a look at this card. Wow. So there's another sword there. So it's a very spiritual connection that you've got with someone. God's in charge. So God basically put this together. Whatever it is, God put it together. Okay, so you can't blame. If you're in the thick of the soup and you're in the thick of the karma with someone, you'll pretty much blame them and they'll blame you, and you'll have separation and all that kind of jazz. That's at the beginning stages and the mid flows of kind of karma. So you'll learn to forgive yourself. If you can't, well then God is one source of energy. You know, he sacrificed himself. He sacrificed himself as well as he did Lucifer. You know, that's why we have codependent. That's why we're pulled backwards. Down, not up. You know, we ascend upwards, not down. What we do also, you know, we go back. But God's in charge. So God put this together for you to either learn a new experience with the same person and you'll go through the same karmic pattern, or if it's a new person, God's in charge and he pretty much when you understand that God is part of you, okay, because he sacrificed himself to live here with you, okay, so he walks in everybody as well as Lucifer does. When you understand that, okay, what it's saying is that you're in charge. You know, you're in charge because you're more of a masculine and feminine. So you're in charge. So when you understand that, you start to manifest because you realise that God always says yes. God always says yes all the time. Yeah. Well, I need a new car. Yes, you do. I'm going to tell you how to get it. You know, well, I feel really depressed. Yeah, you do. It's not going to tell you how to stop being depressed. So it's all part of the mind, you know. When you don't create things from the mind, you realise that when he says yes, it's because you're thinking positively and you'll get it. You know, open source energy comes to you. It's law of attraction. Okay, so we'll do the love stuff over on Vimeo. Okay, so hopefully that's over. If you've just found the channel, you've kind of gathered what kind of reader that I am. But we'll do that and we'll look over the over energy over there. So we'll go through the first stage of the tarot cards, and then I'll also try to represent that if it comes out anything spiritual. Okay. So this is the karma card. So this is a learning experience. So the first card here is going to be something that you need to learn. Well, there's your card, Scorpio. Death, transformation, and ending. So there you go. Steve's intuition, when he goes cold, his bullshit detector never lies. Sorry. Okay, let's try and get this a little bit more situated. Okay, so death, transformation. So something ended. So something new's begun. So it's either something very, very toxic, maybe, and it's a new beginning with the same person, okay? And it's been a slow ending, and there's been a lot of kind of very slow kind of things going on. But it can be a new person, and there was some kind of death. Well, okay. So there was some kind of dark energy that could have been involved around that, and you're going to have now a new beginning with them when you let go of fear. Forgive yourself and you've done nothing wrong, okay? Because you've been in a ship with someone, so you both are to blame. So if you keep blaming each other, you're not going to get anywhere because you'll cause an argument, you know, higher vibration and lower vibration. No, you know, you don't. You know, we get... I'm not going to tell you about numbers, but your vibration is everything because it fluctuates at an actual resonant. It relates with yourself. You know, it's a megahertz of. I don't want to go into too much into that, but there's been some kind of ending. You know, there has. So, like I say, it's either an ending with the same person. It could be another Scorpio. Okay. But you've got, well, so being victorious. So there you go. So there's been an ending and someone feels that they've actually accomplished a shitload in their life. A lot in their life. And it's picked up pace. So I'm picking up this is someone new. This is someone new, you know. Because this is like fast action forward. So something that was very toxic maybe ended. Okay, and you've let go of fear and you've understood things. And now you've learned to release and let go. Things pick up pace. Also part of what's going to happen through April when we start to come out of retrograde, of Pisces retrograde, things will speed up. So information will come through. People will start to gather their bearings of what people want and what they don't want in life. But new beginnings start. you see. New beginnings will start through, as we come through in retrograde and things start to speed up. So, sorry Scorpio, so it starts to speed up and then it slows down. Okay, so it's something fresh and new is what I'm picking up, because that is new, because it's a night. So it's a new idea, or it is something also that comes and goes. So this is going to start to relate to a lot of people. It could be moving is what I'm picking up. It's like moving fast, but then, because this is action, right? This is action. So forget this card for the moment. This is action, going forward fearlessly, right? But the idea of something that needs to come into fruition is slow, because it's earth. So it could have something to do with money, or it could be something to do with travel. Is slow down a little, because it's like moving, because it means something grounded on a mundane level. So actually, if you're thinking about moving, actually moving, it might just be slowed down because there's, well, let's see. So there you go. So going on some kind of spiritual retreat or a holiday, and it's moving forward. So you've gone to the Fool, so it's kind of like a spiritual retreat, or on holiday, or across the border, across the sea. Something that's fresh and new. There you go. So you might have dropped something karmic in the past, and it's moving forward with fresh and new, and this is fresh and new. It's the Fool. So because things were very slow with past person maybe that you were involved with, because it was slow, there was an ending, and then you could have met someone fresh and new start, let go of fear, start to move forward, things are starting to progress, and it speeds up through the Fool. Wow, there you go. Communication and travel. Communication with travel. This is also very spiritual person also, these two cards. Because this is 0, and this is the most important card in the deck to me, as people should know. It's not the most, it's not the major arcana, but it's the most important, because this is how we communicate with ourselves. Open source energy. When you learn this card fully, there's no one in it, right? So it pretty much means that you can communicate with yourself real well. So when you do, you become gifted with clairvoyant, being clairvoyant, okay? And you have great communication skills. So you're communicating with someone across the border, across the sea, okay? Could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Fire sign, Scorpio. So this might be parts of your chart, their chart, or that is just you in general. But you're facing each other. A Knight of Pentacles and the Fool, taking a journey towards one another, communicating. Finances may be a little slow in coming in, but we haven't gone through the rest of the cards yet. But it's an offer. An earth sign looks like they're making an offer. It's something to do with traveling. But it's also fast. It's also fast. It could just mean that it's an earth sign with fire in their chart, and Scorpio, or a cross match of something. And it's a brand new person, because this is new. This is new. And you've got new beginning and fresh start. So, like I say, it could be a new person or the old person, whoever, if you're in the ship still. So, I'm going to leave it there at the moment, okay? And then, because I really can't channel too many more messages through that until I really start to see what's under here. And then we really start to clarify everything, and we go over thoughts and feelings. And then also the overall energy of what it's about. Also drawing it all round to a conclusion of different stories, but also then back to hopefully one. Okay? And then obviously we've got the Romance Angel cards. If not, I will hopefully see through the bi-weeklies. But I've got a bit of a break coming up where I'm going on holiday for a little while. Okay? So, yeah, I will. If not, I will catch you on the flip side over on Vimeo. Alright guys, peace.